Hundreds of students donated thousands of pounds of food today to help solve hunger in Kentucky.
WKYT's Lucy Bryson has the story.
Christian Appalachian Project says 1 in 5 Appalachian children are food insecure. That's why LCA students took a step in the right direction to lower that statistic.
Who's ready to get the hunger walk started?
For the past week, LCA students have gathered thousands of pounds of food to help their neighbors.
This is our third year hosting the CAP Hunger Walk, and a lot of our students haven't experienced hunger, but it's very real.
It's a process that the entire student body participated in.
I love getting outside, and especially the cause. It's a good cause.
And they're capping off the week with a walk around the facility.
Every grade will get a chance to walk one lap around the track today, and that is just a symbolic walk of just saying we are joining together.
Tina Bryson with CAP says that this initiative is a good reminder that food insecurity is everywhere.
Maybe it's your neighbor, it could be the person you sit next to in church, or it could be the person that your kid is on the sports team with. That food insecurity doesn't look like many people think that it really could be anybody.
But as LCA head of schools Scott Wells reminds us, the whole week is about loving your neighbor.
When you feed the hungry, you're in essence spreading the gospel of Christ.
But the walk is a celebration of a job well done. But the support doesn't stop here. Hunger walks happen all across the state today, with walks happening in Rockcastle County, McCreary County, and Floyd County. In Lexington, Lucy Bryson, WKYT.